Hello guys, day 19, that is September 20. We are doing the 30-day quiz challenge, and today we'll continue with again science episode. Yesterday we did basics of NCRT. Today we'll do basics plus little bit of space tech from where more questions are coming. Okay, so it can be current affairs, it can be theory, but it will be a mix and it will be 10 questions and it is part of pack 5. Okay, so if you are not yet ready for these things, okay, 2020 October 4 you have to give the exam and you feel like you are not able to answer the questions, your score is always coming below 5 or 6. That means you are not having that recalling power, or you're studying from sources which is not at all relevant for UPSC. Okay, I'm not sure where you enrolled and what you studied, but please see to it that you are able to answer these things. And 2021, we have talked too much about this batch already in many videos, so slowly we'll stop telling that also. And then again, if you miss to join this batch also, it will be very late for you. Okay, we'll then after some time launch 150 days, then 100 days, then you will tell like how to do all this in like this much pressure. We have launched a 365-day program, you did not join. 325 days join program, you did not join. So it is you who are delaying your future preparation. Okay, so please see to it that when somebody tells you something, take it seriously. And the score, please participate in live chat and also put your score at the end of this video. Sagittarius A, seen recently in news, is a dash. It is a cluster constellation, monster black hole, Trojan asteroid, or gravitational wave. So this kind of things, if you have not read the current affair, if you have not seen it, you cannot answer. Okay, so think of it and give the answer. So here, if you take guesswork, you will go wrong. You will think Sagittarius is something related to star, then cluster, constellation. You will go that direction. That is why it is put in option A, but that is wrong. The answer is monster black hole. But again, there are things which is in news. Okay, a cluster constellation was discovered. Trojan asteroids are discovered every now and then. Gravitational wave is always in news. So these fourth concept you have to study. Okay, especially the current affair I'm telling. Technicality theory, it is okay if you don't know. So as and when the episodes progresses, the explanation will reduce. We will not sit and read all these things. You can pause and read because my students already have this PDF with them. Others who simply look for freebies and watch videos and all, we don't have the time to sit and read this for you. So please understand that this is a revision series for 2020 students, especially my students. So that is why we will not be wasting time in reading out these things from today's episode. Okay. Which of the following are true? When seen from the North Pole, the Earth rotates anti-clockwise. The surface velocity of rotation varies from point to point on the Earth. Most rockets are launched from western coast to syncline with the west to east direction of Earth's rotation. So here some statements are itself answering you the question. So think of it. Okay, so it's a very easy question for serious aspirants because first thing is you will know that rocket launching stations are always on the eastern coast of every country. India also has it, and when India has heavier satellite to launch and we cannot do it with our launcher, we will give it to some other country. That time also the launching station, it's all always in the news and you should know where it is and how it is and all. So 3, if you eliminate, you will get the answer as 1, 2 and only 1, 2 only. And also 1, if it is right, 3 also will be right if you see this west to east and this anti-clockwise. Okay, if you look from north to look anti-clockwise, which is actually when you look from front, it is west to east. Okay, so just imagine the globe. Okay, you will understand what I'm telling. And the second one is a factual thing, and again you will know, okay, if you read your science textbook. So again, sit and read the explanation if you want, but it's eastern coast, okay, from where launching happens, and details are here. And try to find out where is India's launching station and when India cannot launch it. Okay, like when it's more than 4,000 kilogram, India cannot launch it. We don't have that much big launcher. Okay, so we give to someone else. And where do we launch that? Find that launching station. If you know it, put it in comment section also, so that others will know. Okay, these are very basics, and you are expected to know. Which of the following is false about GSAT 11? It is an advanced communication satellite weighing more than 5,000 kilogram. It was launched by GSLV Mark III recently in the geosynchronous transfer orbit. Okay, so I already gave you the answer 2 minutes back now. Okay, so the basic fact which you should know is GSLV Mark III, which is India's biggest launcher which we have as of now. It can launch only about 4,000 kilogram to the geosynchronous transfer orbit. Okay, and that orbit you should know where it is. More than that, if they want, they can do only up to the low Earth orbit. Okay, so this satellite GSAT 11 is the heaviest satellite, I think, that time when it was made. And so because GSLV cannot do it, we had to give it to someone else. So I think that answer will be somewhere here, it will be there. See, launch base, French Guiana. Okay, so this is where we give, and that's also in the eastern coast. If you go and check where it is, so that is what we do. Okay, because this is 5854 kilogram. Okay, so UPSC, whenever they form statement, they will do this only. They will not care whether you know anything about GSAT 11. I mean, the weight you should know obviously, but this orbit and this launcher, they actually test your knowledge whether they can actually, whether India has the capability to do that, whether this orbiter has the capability to do that. So that technicality is what they check. Okay, many times they have done. They will take a GSLV satellite and compare with PSLV, or a PSLV satellite they'll put in GSLV, like that. They just play with the statements. Okay, go and check the previous year paper. You will understand what I'm telling. So here answer is 2 only. Okay, because it's asking for false. Okay, first one is true statement. It is this much, but we cannot launch it with this thing. So that is false. India's first robotic telescope has started operation where? Okay, so this is a GK question, but UPSC have asked in the past. Okay, so here it is Ladakh, but you should know why Theni, Tamil Nadu is in news, why Gangtok Sikkim is news, why Udaipur is in news, whether any other telescope of India is there. Okay, India has 4 5 big telescopes which you should know in different places. So you should have a idea when a match the following question come. You should know what is in Udaipur, what is in Gangtok, what is in Ladakh. Okay, and what is happening in Theni. Okay, already question has come. So that is why these are very these options are not simply put just like that. Okay, these are put because these are also related to something with which has connection with this. Okay, so please study in detail. Now, Jatropha, recently seen in news, is an example of what? First generation biofuel, second generation biofuel, third generation, or fourth generation. Okay, so the definitions I have given here itself, so that will be extra learning for you. But Jatropha is what? So benefit of solving our test series is that itself will act as the notes for you. Okay, when you solve each question, you will learn each topic. Okay, this kind of notes will be there in the question as well as answer. So my students, please see to it that you are ahead of the others who have not enrolled, and please try to clear this exam. So this is a second generation biofuel, and details about this Jatropha, it's taken from Wikipedia and some science magazines, and whatever is needed is given. Okay, more than this, UPSC will not form statements. If it forms, it will be difficult for everyone. Okay, these are the basics which everybody studies. So please see to it that you by heart this. Which of the following are true regarding scramjet engines, which UPSC have already asked, mains question. India is the first country to successfully test a scramjet engine. Scramjets are efficient only at speed greater than speed of sound. It uses atmospheric oxygen to burn the hydrogen fuel. A rocket using scramjet engine would be significantly lighter, smaller, and cheaper. So 2, 3, and 4. This is taken from the ISRO website. This image which you see. Okay, every space mission, if you want to read correct notes, you have to go and search in that way. Okay, scramjet space ISRO. You type in Google, one page will come. So read from there instead of reading from other coaching magazines and other things. Okay, because we also give the explanations directly from the official website instead of simply copy pasting from here and there. Okay, and India is the fourth country after USA, Russia, and China. So that is why this is not the first one. So eliminate first statement and you will get this thing. And again, with the remaining information which you get from here, you will come to the answer. Okay, so what is ramjet? What is scramjet? Okay, basically it is the air, this thing. Okay, oxygen, it can, it need not carry the oxidizer. Okay, when it's scramjet, it can go and take the thing from atmosphere itself. So that way it will become lighter, cheaper. That way we can save a lot of this thing. Okay, so that is why, let's if you see air breathing propulsion and all. So this also question has come. Okay, air breathing propulsion technique. So please see to it that you study this basics. Whatever you see, only these two will be required. More than that, nothing you will need to study on this topic. And it efficiently operates at hypersonic speed. Okay, even though it's not like it doesn't work in other time, but efficiency comes more in hypersonic speeds. So again details. So too much explanations I have given for this content because question has already come. Okay. Which of the following is India's research station at the North Pole? Maitri, Dakshin Gangotri, Himansh, Himadri. So all four are important things related to India. Okay, so North Pole, obviously you will not pick Dakshin Gangotri. Dakshin Gangotri, Maitri and Bharati are three different things together at one place. Himansh and Himadri is again two different things. So you should know Himadri is the one which is in the North Pole Arctic region, which is around Norway region. Okay, so that is why that is the correct answer here. And then Himansh, I think it's here. Okay, high altitude research station, the Himalayas. Okay, in the Himalayas we have a research station, that is Himansh. And in the Antarctica place we have Dakshin Gangotri, Maitri and Bharati in that order, DMB. You can by heart it. So this is the different things in different places. So in one question you are learning many topics. Okay. Which of the following is true about biological oxygen demand? Okay, this was asked in 2018 prelims, I think. The same topic, different question. So sewage water is usually treated with microbes till the BOD reduces to a significant low level. The greater the BOD of wastewater, the more is its polluting potential. So if you cannot solve this question, that means till now you have not done previous year papers, you have not studied a topic which I have asked you to study, and you have not watched my environment lecture. So you have yourself not studied what is required for the exam, and you cannot complain, okay, that we don't know this. So here both are true. Okay, microbes are treated like this, and like biological oxygen demand. Okay, more oxygen is needed, meaning it is like more polluted. Okay, so that way if you remember, you will understand this. And chemical oxygen demand question has not come. Maybe this year they'll decide to ask that. Okay, because UPSC always have a pool of things, and they will keep repeating questions from the same area, twisted way, until they like get fed up of that topic. Okay, so please see to it that you study. Which of the following best describes the term natality? So this in environment also we have asked this question. So try to answer. Okay, why I have not read out the options for you is because I wanted you to read, because every time I read it for you, it becomes more easier for you. In the exam hall, you have to read it yourself, and you have to, without understanding the stress which I give, because when I read, I'll be stressing upon certain words and you will get a clue. Okay, so you have to start improving your reading speed also, because in the exam hall, you will not get time. Okay, so that one video I will put next week telling about how to manage in the exam hall. So here the answer is A, the number of birth during a given period in the population that are added to the initial density. Okay, so you have to just by heart it. It's just a definition question. UPSC used to ask in environment lot of topics like this, like ecotone, ecotype. Okay, I will show you when I do the environment session, maybe after 2 days. That time you will see lot of such definitions. Okay, so in my test, especially I think 4 environment tests are there, so 400 MCQs, you will get at least 250 definitions, and you have to study them. Okay, because it's all asked in the UPSC. And this is about the basics, and this topic is done. Now, Hawking's radiation related to Stephen Hawking refers to. Okay, read it. So hopefully you would have done this. It's a easy question, and a mains question also has come in 2018. So it's radiation emitted from the black hole. Okay, when you Google, that is the first thing which will come also. So it's a very basic GK current affair which came, and you were supposed to know it because it's not a very new current affair. It happened 1 year back, and you have to know. Okay, 1 year, 2 year back, it was there very popularly. So you were supposed to know this. So this is today's questions. So like this, if you see the length of this video is just 13 minutes. All these episodes we did today till now was 19 minutes, 20 minutes and all. So we are just reducing the time so that your thinking is becoming faster. Okay, so as and when the days goes like this, we will not sit and pause and read the explanations. We will trying to see whether how fast you answer it in the chat session. Okay, or if you don't answer, also in mind, if you are answering from your home, that speed has to increase. Okay, that is why we will take it the next level from today. So if you want to enroll, please come and WhatsApp me. You will get all these PDFs, and then you don't have to even sit and watch this. Okay, you can sit and read at your home. So I'll come up with tomorrow's session. Thank you and have a nice day.